Hi, welcome to my world history notes. I'm still talking about early Egypt and today, and then we'll get into Babylonia a little bit tomorrow. So I'm reading from my book, A Bible Believer Looks at World History, which I wrote to teach homeschoolers. And if you want the book, it's on lulu.com or amazon.com or the Bible Baptist Bookstore, but you can just follow along here if you'd like. So let's begin. I'm going to pick up where I left off yesterday on page 28 of my book. Other things that are attributed to discovery by the Egyptians of that era were the use of monkeys to claim fruit from trees, beekeeping, hives and all, a sophisticated navy with large plank boats, canals to bypass impassable areas of the Nile, though not as extensive as the Sumerians, water clocks, sophisticated linen manufacture for clothing, small bronze rings that could be weighed and hung onto even larger bronze rings for money, basic dentistry, beer brewing, and apparently the use of tobacco, as evidence from the forensic work done on the body of Ramses II would indicate. I say that with apologies to Sir Walter Raleigh, who is credited with introducing that plant to Europe from America, according to traditional historians. Much more evidence can be found in the book Ancient Inventions by Peter James and Nick Thorpe, Ballantine Books, 1994. And you know the whole thing about tobacco, Ramses II's stomach is very controversial. My point in bringing all this up is to present to you the image of a very sophisticated and advanced civilization and society that nurtured the human spiritual ancestor of the Jews several hundred years before his descendants moved there en masse in response to another famine. And like I say, what exactly the pictures and representations and the specific science they had, um, is controversial. And so I'm just pointing things out to you that I've read. The Harper Encyclopedia of Military History, edited by Trevor Dupuy, HarperCollins Publishers, 4th edition, 1994, gives an image of the power and might of the Egyptian nation militarily, with well trained and professional standing armies maintained by the pharaoh, supported by foreign mercenaries, many of whom, as in other ancient Near Eastern provinces, Eastern countries, over time came from Greek city states. The scholars of Egypt were mostly priests who enjoyed the comfort and security of the temples, much like our tenured professors enjoy the comfort and security of many of our colleges and universities, as well as the high esteem in which educated men are held in our country. I would warn you, though, that education without salvation equals damnation, as a wise evangelist once said. These priests laid the foundations for Egyptian science, which the Greeks confessed was the source of most of their knowledge. Egyptian legends credited their learning as having originated with the god Thoth, Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom. We've already discussed that the sons of God who, quote, left their first estate and came to earth to interact with men, as well as Satan himself, were credited with giving knowledge to mankind. The Greeks celebrated the god Thoth under the name Hermes Trismegistus, or Hermes Mercury, thrice great. He is credited with writing 36,000 volumes on science and learning for the Egyptians by the historian Manetho. The glory of the Egyptian science was medicine, and they were masters at embalming the dead. The Ebers Papyrus reveals their detailed knowledge of the circulatory system. However, among the common people, amulets were more popular than medicine, according to traditional historians, as most disease was thought to be the result of possession by devils. They believed also that many diseases resulted from overeating. As one ancient saying of theirs goes, we live on a fourth of what we eat, our doctors live on the rest. The oldest worship in Egypt was of the moon god, but the sun was the most important entity in their pantheon of gods. He is known as Ra or Re. Sun worship was prevalent in the ancient cultures around the earth. Next, we're going to talk about Babylonia. I enjoy doing this. I hope you get something out of it. Even if you don't accept what I say, it will spur you on to study and research. Thank you. Bye.